Hey guys, what's going on? Welcome back to another episode of Kingdoms and Castles. Now, there's a lot going on screen right now, but there's a bit I have to explain before we can even get into the game here. And the first thing I want to talk about real quick is that I know that in the Let's Take a Look at video I did for this game, it was not necessarily a good representation of the game because I ran into this bug that would not let me do anything. It would not let me build anything in the game. And it was quite annoying. But I found that all I had to really do was... I can't remember if I just exited the game and re-entered or if I uninstalled the game and then reinstalled it. Regardless, I fixed it, and this kingdom that I have now is much larger than what it was in that review video. I've logged about 5 hours into this game. This is what I've accomplished in 5 hours. I'm very proud of this, and I'm really enjoying myself playing this game. And I knew I would. It's just that bug that I ran into did not leave a good impression to start off with. But it looks like we're past that now. And as of right now, we've got Vikings invading. They're kind of destroying a lot of different things at the moment. They tend to do that. I'm not too concerned because I'm just going to rebuild after they're done. Because I'm not nearly capable of defending myself against these guys yet. This is the first major line of defense that I have here. I've got archers and I've got ballistas here to protect this area, sort of. Although that's not going to do a terribly great job. It does protect this area from ships coming through and ruining my bridges and everything, but doesn't protect from, these areas. Eventually, I want to reach a point where I have walls like this kind of surrounding the land as a whole, filled with archers and whatnot, and that's going to take a very long time to accomplish, but, we'll get there eventually. We will. It's just a matter of time at this point. Now, the Vikings are much more difficult to deal with than the dragons. The dragons are very easy to deal with at this point because I have so many defenses now that it's just impossible for them to even try and mess with me. But the Vikings, on the other hand, cause a lot of mayhem, as you can see they're doing right here. They're doing right at this very moment. So eventually they'll go away and we'll have to do a lot of rebuilding, but I'm not too concerned about it, as I said before. So we're just going to speed through this. And they've got giant ogres and everything that destroy my towers and everything. Excuse me. They destroy a lot of crap. Nothing I can really do about it. The ogres are very difficult to kill. But we do have about 551 people here, which is quite a lot. Eventually this guy will stop. Either that or he'll die. One or the other. He might die because, yeah, he died. Okay, cool. So he's dead. And it looks like the Viking invasion is done. Which means I'm going to go through here. Whoop. I'm going to go through here and I'm going to see where all the damage is. And try and get this sorted out. Doesn't look like they did as much damage this time around, which is nice. Normally they do quite a bit of damage. And you know what? I gotta speed that up so that... Oh, they're invading again? Are you serious? Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. They never do this. They never attack like this twice in a row. I'm going to be so caught off guard by this. Oh my god. Get over here. These guys, I wish these little armies that I had, I wish they would attack on their own and move on their own, but they don't. So, it's kind of unfortunate, but nothing I can do about that, really. And you know what? I'm just going to let them come through and cause mayhem again. And, because eventually they'll be done, and then I'll be able to rebuild as much as I need to. Yeah, we can't attract any new residents because we got Vikings coming through and we're unsuccessful at getting them out. So people don't want to come here, you know. I mean, as that would be pretty reasonable, I would say. All right. Yeah, they're dying. Peasants are dying of starvation. We're low on food, which is not good. I got to build more orchards and farms and whatnot. Not something I can really worry about right now, though. We've got Vikings invading, and they are leaving, but it looks like some of them are still around, maybe. No, they're heading out. All right. So I gotta clean up this mess. Now, I'm not going to sit here and really try and explain everything. Because I can't really, because there's so much to explain. I'll explain things as we go along. You know, what they are, what they do, that sort of thing. I think this was a granary here, if I'm not mistaken, which allows us to store food. Here we go. Okay, yeah, this was a farm. What's the issue? Soil's not fertile enough here. Oh, that must have been a castle block, then. Must have had an archer there. Sometimes I forget what I have in certain places. This was another castle block, I know that. This was an orchard. No, this was a granary, actually, a big old granary. There we go. And there were two castles here, two castle blocks that got destroyed. Yeah, I know people are unhappy, but I gotta rebuild first before I try and make them happy again. And, we are really low on stone. What's up with that? One of our quarries was destroyed, but we have 3 still in operation, so I don't understand what the real big holdup is. I mean, I'm pretty sure I can remember everything that was in certain spots, but we'll see. Oh, a dragon. Alright, not a big deal. Not a big deal. Sometimes 2 dragons come at once, but that's not really an issue either. 'Cause normally I can take care of them relatively easily. And it's a small dragon, so no big deal. God, they destroyed so much. It's because they came around a second time. I can't even remember some of the stuff that was here. For the most part. There we go. Actually, we had... I think we had a ballista tower here. Had an archer tower here, and an archer tower here. And because we have so many idle people, they can be used as construction workers, which means stuff gets built really fast, which is nice. Oh, I can't put in a stockpile yet. I'm not sure if a lost stockpile means they destroyed all those resources as well, but I wouldn't be surprised if that's what that means. Which really fucking sucks, but I mean, it's part of the game, you know. Alright, there was another... Sometimes fires start on their own, like over here. You know, for example, Sometimes they destroy things. Never too much of a concern. Alright. Did they destroy any foresters? I don't think they did. No, they didn't. So we got 4 foresters going. Yet the wood production is kind of slow. It's not as fast as we need it to be, rather. It's a better way to put it. Rebuilding the stockpiles will help that out, though, because they'll have a place to store the materials. And soon we'll be able to put in an archer tower here. We still got so much to rebuild. Oh. I think there was a castle block here. And I know there was one here. There was something here. Might have been a granary. Actually, I'm almost positive it was. Doesn't really matter if I'm wrong, because we need those anyway. Sorry if my voice is a little raspy and whatnot. It's not in the best of shape, but it'll suffice. You know what, let's go. They destroyed a couple manors as well, I know that much. Just gotta wait for them to get some more wood in here. Because, we really need that. Absolutely. Pretty sure this was an archer tower. Because I have a ballista tower nearby, right? Actually, no, I don't. I think this was a ballista tower. This was an archer tower. There we go. Oh, it's taken us a long time to rebuild. I don't like that at all. Because, that gives the Vikings more time to recuperate and then come back and hit us again. And we wouldn't have made any improvements whatsoever, so I gotta figure this out. I mean, really, we're just waiting on wood to be stockpiled, but it's taking such a long time. Understandably, of course. I mean, there are a lot of trees over here that I could be taking advantage of, but we're not at that point yet where I want to expand that far out. So, kind of avoiding those for the time being and working with what I have, which normally is enough, but, you know, as of right now, it doesn't really seem that way. We did church, too, I know that. Jeez, everything fucking needs 50 pieces of wood. God. What was I gonna... Alright, here, we'll put in the church. Churches are important. We need to make sure that we have those in there. I think I found every place that was destroyed, for the most part. They normally target big buildings, such as granaries and libraries and churches, and they target mostly the castles. The ogres, I mean. The regular Vikings just light a bunch of things on fire. They don't really care what they hit. So, okay. Fire is claimed a forester. God fucking damn it. There's water right there. You got to be kidding me. How are you people that bad? How are you people that bad at doing this? At putting out fires? Unbelievable. Now, I forget what was here. What did I say? Was probably there a granary? I think so. I think a granary was there. And then I think a manor was here. Thing is, though, is that if I want to make improvements to my defense, where's my next wall going to be? I'm thinking maybe here. And a dragon is nearby. Except I was not warned of it. Oh, now I am, of course. No big deal. I was thinking maybe here, because the Vikings tend to come here a lot. Maybe over here. They come here quite often. Over here, maybe. Over here as well. They tend to visit the corners of the map a lot. So that's something to take into consideration. Let me see. This was a manor. Yeah, right. Okay. I gotta see. There we go. That's the right way. And I gotta find more ways to produce food, because we are going through it like crazy at the moment. Put in a couple farms. See if we can get an orchard in here. That works. Here we go. You know what? I'm going to put another well nearby, because I think the closest one is like, yeah, right there, maybe right there. There's one right there. We'll put one right here. Okay. And we are going to start working on this wall down here. It's just we need a lot of resources for that. And we don't have those at the moment, so. Yeah, and people are complaining because they don't have access to churches or libraries. I mean, this area is due for a library, so I will put one in. There we go. And we are going to probably put in some piers to finish off this area here. Completely cover up the water. Yeah, the nice thing about piers is that you can build anything on top of them, which really allows for a lot of expansion. Because you don't necessarily have a whole lot of land in a map. You know, I mean, we've covered about half of the, little more than half of the land on the map. But there's a lot of water, too, which is really nice. The only problem is that you can't put orchards or farms or anything of that sort on water because there's no soil for it to work with. So that's a bit of a problem. But I don't think it'll be too much of a concern. I'm going to let us stockpile on some wood and whatnot for now. Or, you know what, we can get started at the very least. Actually, I got to build piers first. 2, 3. Yeah, and piers take up a lot of wood. Understandably. Got another fire down there. They're putting that out. Cool. I mean, it wasn't cool that we had a fire, but it was cool that they put it out. That's what I mean. Train a bunch of soldiers. Have that in our backlog. Okay, 6 peasants died of the plague. Not a huge deal. We have 2 different hospitals in here. Which is enough for now. If this area down here was more dense, then we'd probably need a 3rd hospital. But since it isn't, we don't really need one. Alright, we can put in 2 more. I think for now we should stop letting people in to the town because we've got so many people and they're really depleting our food supply. So I think we should I think we should hold off on building more hovels and cottages and manors and whatnot. I don't think we need any more people right now. And build 1 more. All we need is 1 more here, and we're good to go. And that army noise, for lack of a better term, that you hear in the background every once in a little while is the soldiers being trained. And that means they're done being trained. For 1 soldier, I mean, that happens for every soldier that gets trained. Which usually, I don't remember them getting trained that fast before, so, I mean, that's pretty cool, I guess. Alright, go ahead and put that in. I'm going to have you come here. There are a lot of soldiers in the backlog that you can take. Go ahead and recruit them. I like having these guys out in the open so that I can see them and know where they are. Because otherwise they're hard to find. You know, in the mess that is my kingdom. Oh, jeez. There we go. So this won't take terribly long. It'll take a few years to get done. But it shouldn't take too long, which is nice. We'll have another area of our kingdom more secure than it was before, which is really nice. God damn, those stupid dragons. Okay, that one's level. Wanted to make sure. I want to make sure they're all level with each other. Oh, geez, now it's more so stone that we need. Oy vey. Jeez, I get nervous every time that icon comes up for military because I think Vikings are coming or something. Because usually she'll give you a few years' notice when Vikings are coming. Which is really helpful. Well, I mean, to a degree. There's only so much you can do in a couple years in this game. Come on, come on, come on. I want to have this thing up before they attack. Fuck! Fucking son of a bitch. Oh. They're coming again. Shit. Want to get that up there as soon as possible. Yep, they're here. Where are they coming in? Right here. Ooh, fuck. Hopefully some of them divert this way, so it's more difficult for them to get in. To a degree, I mean. It doesn't look like any ogres are coming in, which is really nice, because they are the big problems. Although there might be a second round of these guys coming. So who the fuck knows? I mean, I don't know. Fire is a bit of a problem too, a lot of the time. I mean, case in point. But not as much of a problem as the fucking ogres that come through and destroy everything. Oy. Jeez. Alright, they're leaving. Damage has been done. Well, so far. I don't know where they are. Get this off of me. Get off of my screen. Okay. Alright, not too bad. We're going to have to rebuild a little. But again, you know, as long as they don't bring the ogres, we're pretty okay, I would say. Alright, what'd you destroy over here? An orchard? Jeez. Farm. Here we go. Then over here there was some damage. Particularly to a granary and a hovel. Other than that, though, I don't think there was really anything else. There we go. Oh, I forgot this. Hovel. Now, I know I was saying that I didn't want to let any more people in, but I kind of have to rebuild these destroyed homes, because otherwise it'll displace people. And I do not want that. I do not want people displaced. Because that makes them unhappy, and then they leave, and then blah, 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 blah. We are going to end the episode here real soon. I just want to get this wall officially done, and then we'll end it. Come on, give me them ballistas. There we go. Now, I guess I should mention that the difference between a ballista and an archer is that a ballista has a very slow range of or rate of fire. An archer has a very high rate of fire, or very fast rate of fire. However, ballistas have longer ranges as well, much longer ranges than archers. So they're kind of like polar opposites in that sense. But they both effectively do the same thing. Also, ballistas deal much more damage than archers. So, that's their differences, I guess, if you want to call them that. Well, they are differences. That's, I guess I phrased that poorly. If the differences really matter, is what I meant. Robert Gerlach. Hopes the new defenses will be enough. Yeah, I do too, buddy. I really do. I don't know why you're selected. I would prefer you get off my screen. Okay, a dragon's coming. Cool. He's gonna fucking die. Either that or he's gonna want to leave. So I don't really care. Don't you burn anything, you son of a bitch. Okay, good. I think he's leaving. Thank Christ. And these things are almost done here, so we're gonna end the episode off here. One of the great things about this game is that there's tilt view, like in SimCity 2013. Really love that effect. But yeah, this is Kingdoms and Castles. You guys already know that. But I love this game. I'm having a lot of fun playing it. It's a very soothing, more relaxed version of Banished, which I really enjoyed that game as well. This game just is really cool. I like it a lot. Hopefully they open it up to modding, because I feel that this game has great potential for that. Because you're kind of limited with the original stuff that you have, but that's where modding would come in. They would add new buildings and whatnot that would be really helpful, and it'd be a good time all around. So hopefully they pursue that, or at least allow it. That'd be pretty helpful and pretty awesome. Anyway, if you guys are enjoying this new series, let me know down in the comment section below. Like the video and share it with your friends, and let me know you want to see more of any game series I do here on the channel. The link down to the game is in the description box down below if you want to pick it up for yourself. Subscribe to the channel for more gaming content. I play all sorts of games on my channel. Thank you guys so much for watching. I love you very much, and I'll talk to you later, and I'll take care of that fire as soon as I possibly can. Destroy my fucking farms, man. The hell.